I mean, look at that strange-ass convergence line. It almost looks like a hurricane path waiting, like Mother Earth or other has kind of carved out a path for the hurricane to take. And it looks like it could take a slow buzzsaw trip right up the East Atlantic coast. That's not a professional estimation.
Now, conditions have been almost ideal for strengthening over the last 24 hours or so. Because it has moved so far south, the scenario, which has been on the table of a storm that moves up and hooks in toward the mid-Atlantic coast, does not seem to be the most likely scenario. Instead, we are believing that the storm is going to be up and out away from the East Coast. Now, we can't clear you along the mid-Atlantic coast yet. Right now, it appears as though the worst of the storm will stay out to sea. However,
the Joker is wild.
Welcome to a Thor News Bare Bones Breakdown. I would just like to say that I have no idea what this hurricane is doing, has been doing, and is going to do. It is a Category 4 right now. They, quote unquote, say it is now expected to go straight up and then to the east with no landfall on the east coast of the United States. I don't know about that, man. I mean, are you watching this? A, just kind of sitting there. B, just kind of sitting there. And C, it looks pretty creepy. Well, now that I've given you my 2 cents, I'll let the pros weigh in.
I fear we're going to see a lot of nasty damage down there, and some of these islands are going to be pretty scarred for a while, you know.
So it does look like these central islands could be devastated with the high winds and a significant rise in the water. We call it a storm surge. We could be looking at a surge of up to 8 feet.
Joaquin, big wild card. Can't tell you exactly where it's going to be going because there's a lot of conflict yet.
The Joker is wild.
this would be game, set, match. Up and in. Game, set, match. It'd be over. There'd be no...
Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation. Hit the button, baby. Thor News presents.
You know, now it's time to really start honing in on what's going to happen.
Here's Joaquin. Better and better organized. Look at the reds. This is the rainbow representation of Joaquin.
This thing's probably going to change a few more times, many times. It's my analogy of you can have a pebble in a creek, and the pebble will flow down with the creek. Stick a rock, now the creek has to go around the rock. This is the rock, and this is the creek going around the rock, okay? Eventually, the rock will go in whatever direction it wants to go based on gravity. So if it goes downhill, it'll go downhill based on gravity, or it'll go where it wants to go, okay? The creek is not going to push it anywhere. So that's what's going on right now with the storm. However,
More of the models are suggesting a more eastward track than before, and is still at least 3 days away from any effect really on the northeast.
The rain just sitting around the coastal waters here, and it's pretty heavy too. And we could be looking at some unbelievable amounts of rain.
Then we jump 24 hours ahead to tomorrow. The rain gets concentrated on the east coast. And what happens here is the cool front that moves off the coast backs up as a warm front. The warm air is climbing over that cool air to the west, and that can lead to very heavy rain and may be focused by that front itself. So this is along the eastern seaboard. That has nothing to do with Joaquin at the moment. This will be just heavy rain. Then we look at Saturday. Some of that rain's actually flung all the way west into Ohio and Indiana. The heaviest rain still, though, in the Carolinas, and Joaquin not really on this map yet, to Sunday. And we see that first rain had shifted southward, actually, because of this big high to the north. But there's a spoke of rain coming in from the Atlantic into the Carolinas. So again, rain will spread back up along the eastern seaboard, perhaps causing some flooding because of its heaviness.
The setup has a huge high pressure slipping across eastern Canada. It's building down the coast here with all that rain just slipping offshore, but it's not meeting resistance, so it's stalling. It's bucking into the big Bermuda high pressure. And with the flow turning easterly, all this deep moisture is going to come back in. The rain will start to intensify as that moisture comes back into the picture. So the deep moisture just looming, and it'll just continue to start to work its way back to the west. And that rain will be working back to the west. Rain coming on back in, and the rain will be heavy at times here. Look at that. Could be on the heavy side, too, where you see the darker greens and the yellow. So we'll see several inches of rain. This is where we're really concerned about the very heavy rains. We could be looking at 6 to 12 inches of rain here and some serious flooding issues.
These 3 gear wheels are extremely weird, and I've never seen a convergence line like that. That is just insane. Strange days indeed. Let's take a look at the jet stream. Maybe that'll calm us down a little. Oh, what is that like? Hello, Cthulhu. There's a giant dongle down in the heart of America. Get behind me, dongle. I have no need for you. So you got this giant swirly, this little anti-swirly, and then our hurricane. Okay, so our hurricane is here. I'm no professional meteorologist, but see this? I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't just follow this path right here. Yeah, I would guess it's just going to buzzsaw up on the jet stream. And if it did it really slowly, it could cause a lot of damage, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of flooding. That would be my guess. Now looking at total cloud water. Yeah, it's a lot of water. This white, there's a lot of water just coming up and being looped and looped and looped and looped and looped. Wow, that's a whole lot of mean sea level pressure. I would guess. Yeah, I would guess it's just going up the coast. I'm making this prediction at around October 2nd, midnight, 12:01 a.m. Texas time. And my basic main advice is just be aware, be alert, pay attention, especially if you're near the East Coast. Relative humidity, because as we know, it's all relative. Now there, I guess I could see the dry path, but we shall see. I would think the humidity would magnetize the hurricane. But that I do not know. This is total precipitable water. Yeah, there's just a ton of moisture, water, and wetness waiting to make friends with the East Coast. No matter what, stay safe, stay cool. All right, that's that. I'm going to stay on top of this story, and I would just keep an eye on, but just looking at this thing, what it's been doing, where it came from, all the factors and conditions that are going on with the weather, the possibility of the invisibility, the invisible hand of the free markets having a say in where this does not land. I would just stay alert, stay aware, and stay cool. God bless everybody. Aware, could my baby be? The Lord took her away from me. There ain't nothing about this picture that looks normal. I mean, look at that strange-ass convergence line. It almost looks like a hurricane path waiting, like Mother Earth or other has kind of carved out a path for the hurricane to take. And it looks like it could take a slow, buzzsaw trip right up the East Atlantic coast. That's not a professional estimation.
Now, conditions have been almost ideal for strengthening over the last 24 hours or so. Because it has moved so far south, the scenario, which has been on the table of a storm that moves up and hooks in toward the mid-Atlantic coast, does not seem to be the most likely scenario. Instead, we are believing that the storm is going to be up and out away from the East Coast. Now, we can't clear you along the mid-Atlantic coast yet. Right now, it appears as though the worst of the storm will stay out to sea. However,
The Joker is wild.
Welcome to a Thor News Bare Bones Breakdown. I would just like to say that I have no idea what this hurricane is doing.